Hey guys, it's Titi here. I hope you guys are doing well and I hope you had a great day. I am excited to be here. Of course, you guys already know I'm always excited to be here to read with you guys. Um, for those of you who are new here, so we just come here, we bring our humble selves here, our imperfect selves here, and and just read one or two or even more pages of a book that tells us how to stand in our power and how to embrace ourselves, embrace every part of ourselves. And after reading a few pages, I go ahead and read your oracle message for you guys because I would normally pull out the cards even before I start reading. So I'm excited to start here. Last week we stopped at page 111, I think. Yes, actually, yes. So we're starting with page 112. And as I mentioned, for those of you who are new here, we're currently reading The Way of the Priestess by Sarah Coxon. And I think everybody can agree with me that it is a really, really, really great book. And I can relate to it, right? And I want to believe that there are other people out there who can also relate to this. So we're going to go ahead and start reading. So we're starting with page 112, and it says follow your callings and living your dharma. And we're going to go ahead and start reading now. Sit back, get yourself a cup of tea, water, coffee. I know it's late, but whatever. You can do whatever you want. Um, whatever. And just relax. And I'm going to read to you. All right, let's get to it. So, following your callings and living your Dharma. Every woman experiences callings within her lifetime, a sense of what she's here to do and what she desires to experience in the world. Callings can be big or small, but they are almost always filled with a sense of wanting to make the world a better place. You might find yourself feeling called to work with children or animals, or to write, or paint, or share your story, or teach, or grow vegetables, or do something for your community. These callings are signposts from the universe, pointing you towards your Dharma. Very often, though, we ignore them, choosing instead to do what we feel we're supposed to do. I first came across the concept of Dharma when I was studying with my spiritual teacher, Satyananda. I hope I didn't butcher that. It's both a Hindu and Buddhist concept related to the fulfillment of our personal duty. An example of Dharma is offering a thirsty person a drink because it's an action that's in alignment with our highest nature. Nowadays, in spiritual discourse, the concept of Dharma is bound up with the idea of purpose. My experience and personal understanding of Dharma is that it's extricably linked. It is extricably linked to priestesshood. Priestesshood is the collective Dharma of the life of the feminine. But within that, we all have our individual Dharma. We're here to play the roles that only we can play and contribute to the healing and evolution of the planet in our own unique way. Each of us is here to channel the priestess differently, and this depends on our skills, experience, talents, and desires. We're all here to facilitate the healing and evolution of the planet, but we're not here to do it in the exact way. For some of us, our individual dharma is to create beauty for others, is to speak truth, and for others still is to inspire or hold space. Stepping into priestesshood isn't perspective, and there isn't a right way to do it. Instead, it is about deeply listening to what we're being called to do and honoring the path that the cosmos presents to us, no matter how logical or scary it feels. I know without a shadow of a doubt that deep down you have a feeling that you know what your purpose is. Perhaps you get inspired by what others are up to in the world, or maybe even jealous. There are your clues, especially if you believe that someone like you couldn't do something like that. This is how you know you're up to something. Personally, I knew that living my priestesshood lay in facilitating women's growth long before I finally found the courage to unapologetically own it and commit to it. I knew this because I felt jealous of others who were doing it, and I kept telling myself that I didn't know how. Priestesshood and following our callings go hand in hand with bravery because it means embracing a completely different way of being. It means going against what society has told us we should do or be. It means stepping into our divine feminine power. It means moving past our fear of inadequacy and the lies that we constantly tell ourselves about, about who we are and what we're capable of. It is about learning how to trust ourselves, and it means trusting life to provide for us and show us the way. So I can so relate to this, guys. I can so relate to, you know, having the feeling, knowing that, you know what, this is my purpose. You know what, I'm supposed to do this. I'm supposed to guide this person. And another thing that I had to learn is that we don't have to do this the exact way, right? We don't have to do it the exact way someone else is doing it. You just have to find the most fulfilling way to do it. And I say this because so many times I found like how I can actually, you know, use my voice to help other people, use my energy to help other people. And don't get me wrong, the hardest thing for me to do is what I now feel comfortable doing. It's crazy. I know I cannot even explain it. I do not like to talk. I do not like to record. I don't even want to be seen. Okay. And my experiences and all of that stuff, and me actually finally standing in my power and like knowing that I cannot run away from this. It keeps calling me, it keeps dragging me back. The more I run away, the more it drags me back. And I had to learn from that. I had to overcome my fears, overcome, you know, I'll give you an example. I have a podcast, right? And I started my podcast as audio, not video. And it's like, I'm just talking to people, they cannot see me, right? And my friends would be like, oh, very good. TT is dealing with people without dealing with people because they know that I'm not like, not a people's person and just an introvert, just someone that gets drained easily. I don't know, maybe because I pick up on people's energy a lot, so I tend to get drained a lot. But now I feel so comfortable, energetic. Like I literally came in from work tonight and I was just gonna, study, which I'm still gonna study. Okay, don't get me wrong. I didn't. I've been thinking all day if I wanted to record before studying, right? And I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll just do it tomorrow. But I got home, I took a shower, and I just felt energized. I'm like, I want to do. I don't. I want to record. There's someone out there who needs to hear something that I have to say. So I'm going to record. So, you just find it easy to do all of these things as once you connect with that part of yourself, once you find something that once you do it you feel fulfilled, because when I'm done recording I feel happy, I feel fulfilled, like, I just did something right there. So once you find that place, it becomes your happy place that you want to be all the time. So when I tell you that, when I start recording and I tell you that, oh, I'm happy to be here, believe me that I'm happy to be here to do this. Okay. All right, so let's continue. The next topic is life is your PhD. There is no doubt about it. If you are reading this, you're a priestess. And I'd like to bet that, just like I did, you have been hearing a call throughout your life. If you have been looking for a sign, this is it. It's time to find the courage and clarity to fully own who you are here to be and what you are here to contribute. Every life experience every life experience up until now has come into your life to prepare you for your role of priestess. And you have already done so much of your training without even realizing it. In my case, I'd been apprenticing with her for years. I just hadn't been aware of it. My priestesshood revealed itself to me bit by bit. A few years into teaching yoga, I started to have the feeling that perhaps I could be facilitating women's transformation in a deeper way as an intuitive guide. I had a deep desire to work with women one on one or in small groups online, but I was terrified because I felt like an imposter. The voice of that was strong. I find myself asking questions that continue to spike my anxiety and stop me from taking action. Who am I to guide other women? Don't I need qualification to prove I'm good enough? What if people judge me? What if they think I'm a fraud? What if I don't know enough? I didn't recognize it straight away, but this kind of self doubt is the hallmark of patriarchal conditioning. From an early age, we are taught that in order to be good enough, we need something outside of ourselves. We need the grades and the qualification, we need the approval of others. And even when we do get the piece of paper, we still find excuses to hold back from shining. On reflection, on a piece of paper has ever given me on reflection, no piece of paper has ever given me the confidence that I thought I would. When I graduated from my yoga teacher training, despite having given the piece of paper, I still felt like I didn't know what I was doing. And it took me months to get started. When I graduated from my PhD, I told myself that there must have been a mistake, or that perhaps they let me pass because they were being kind. No qualification has ever made me feel better about myself and my capabilities, ever. It took me years to understand that life is our PhD. This means that life gives us situation and experiences to navigate and transcend, and in that process, we learn more than we ever could be sitting in a classroom. As priestesses, each of us has unique medicine and codes of transformation that we're here to offer the world. They have been gifted to us throughout our experience of life. Everything we need to do, the work we know deep down, we are here to offer is inside of us, waiting to be acknowledged. And what needs refining and honing will happen over time as we engage with our crafts and learn and refine new skill set. I already have everything I needed within me to start facilitating transformative work with one-on-one clients and groups because life had been training me for years. During my university days, I worked as a part-time shop assistant for a new age store. Years after year after year in that role, I learned not only powerful transformative practices, but also have to provide comfort and insight for those in need of it. I had also been practicing and sharing the wisdom of yoga for years. The truth was that I was already facilitating transformation for others. I just wasn't owning it. Stepping into priestesshood isn't about waiting until an authority figure tells us we can do it. It's about reclaiming our divine given right to facilitate the work we know deep down we're here to do. It's about fully owning the innate gift that we use every day and honing our craft day after day. It's about unapologetically sharing them with the world. It's about choosing to step into our role of divine leadership with determination and courage. It's about exploring and big leaps of action towards what's calling us. I'm laughing. I just chuckled because that page we just read has been my thought all week. It's funny. I told you guys I don't read this book without you. Whenever I read is when you read, or whenever you read is when I read. I was thinking, you know, now this just encouraged me because I was thinking of, how can I even connect with other women out there and help them? Do I even have the power or the resources, or as Sarah mentioned, the qualification to do it? And this is just crazy because I was thinking about this all week and I'm reading this. I don't know how to explain how I feel right now, but I think you will understand if you've been thinking about something all week and then you hear it or you see it. and it's like it's an alignment, and then it's just crazy. You're like, oh my god. But all right, let's continue. Trusting that we will learn what we need to do and be shown the way. You already have what it takes to move forward. What's calling you? You already know enough to begin, more than enough, in fact. You are already qualified enough to get started. Why? Because the divine doesn't give us a desire without also gifting us with the inner resources to get started with it. And yes, it may feel aligned to go deeper and get additional training. Some of our calling require this of us, but this is only empowering to our priestesshood when it comes from desire and curiosity, rather than the fear that we're not good enough as we are. If you feel called to work with animal, but you believe the only way to do this is to go to veterinary school for many years, and that's not an option for you, you're missing the point. There are countless ways you can honor this calling. For example, by volunteering or offering your service as a pet sitter. If you feel called to help women heal their inner wounds, but you believe the only way to do this is to do psychology degree, again, you're missing the point. You could instead start teaching what you've learned about feminine empowerment or ecology or spirituality by starting a podcast or social media account. This is so crazy because that's what I'm doing right now. Guys, I cannot explain how I feel right now. Okay, I cannot. There are millions of ways to honor your calling, some of which requires degree and some of which do not. Understanding this means that you have no excuse other than your fear, not to follow what's calling you. Not every calling we have requires that we turn it into a business, movement, or nonprofit, but every calling needs to be honored. Otherwise, we end up dying with our magic still inside of us. We're not channeling our priestesshood. We are making a plan of what we are going to do, not even close. Living an empowered life means making empowered decisions. The more leaps into the unknown that you can take, the better. I am not saying the net will always catch you. Sometimes it won't, and that is true, guys. Sometimes you will leap and you will fall down and you will break something. But as you tend to what's broken and it starts to mend, you will find yourself surrounded by medicine, the very medicine that will bring you closer to becoming the woman that you were supposed to be. When we commit to taking action before we feel ready, we open the doorway for the priestess to walk through and reclaim herself. This is so real, guys. This is so real. All right, so we're gonna stop. I'm gonna read this last page because it's the prompt thing that we do at the end of the reading. So we're gonna stop with that, and that will be page 118. And it says connecting to your Dhamma sadhana. I believe that you already know your Dharma, but it may be buried under layers of fears and social obligation. Use this contemplative prompt to explore your soul's calling and purpose. What do you desire for your life and for the planet? What is something you see yourself doing in the future that you don't feel ready for now? What do you see others doing that you wish you could do? What comes effortlessly to you? What do you love to do? What have you overcome in your life and what did you learn? What are you obsessed about? What are the stories that you're telling yourself that are stopping you from honoring your desires and callings? What is the evidence that you have that these stories are made up? How can you honor these desires often? And my beautiful, beautiful souls, we are going to stop there tonight and we're going to go ahead and read your the arc, not your arc of our arc of cards, because I'm also reading it to my for myself too, or to myself, whatever the English is. um so here I have, by the way, you guys know I pulled from two different card decks. So the first one, I have the sun, I have the druid, and I have the shifter. So we're gonna start with the druid. It says hold your space. So I'm gonna open the druid And then we're gonna read that. Please bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, that's on page 30. And we are there. So the druid says, hold the space. Message: hold things together. Don't make any sudden moves or changes. Stand strong, knowing you are where you are supposed to be. About: the Druids were the ancient wise ones of the British Isles. They had a deep connection with the earth, the sun, and the moon. And it's crazy because we have the sun card here too. They were the scholars who created the Ogham tree language, and they were known for their creative skills in storytelling, poetry, and craftsmanship. The extended message is that when the Druid card appears in a reading, you are being guided to dig deep within and hold your station. If you are wondering what to do next or have a sense of anxiety about what is unfolding in your life, it is time to shift your perceptions and move back to a state of trust. Don't change your plans or do anything drastic. Just trust in the process and let everything happen as it needs to before taking any more steps. Think of a tree. It has a strong roots, yet continues to grow and bear fruit. Your life will be a reflection of this. Your life will be a reflection of a tree. That is so powerful. All right, so we are going to read the song now, and that is on 132. Actually, no, not 132. I think it's 135. 135. Let's see. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get there. Actually, it's 134. Okay. So we are here. The sun, enjoy success and happiness. I love the sun. Whenever I see the sun, card anyway. No, the message is know that doors are opening for you. Follow up new projects, ventures, and ideas. Connect with the inner fire that is driving you forward. The sun has long been associated with the energy of success. It is the most powerful planet in the solar system. Solar offering to the sun. So of course, when the sun card appears in the reading, it will bring power, success, and light. It brightens all connection, banishes darkness, brings a sense of youthfulness, and invites you to connect to the energy of joy so that you can be light in spirit and heart. Extended message: you are being surrounded by the brightness of the sun at this time. Opportunities to feel and be successful are swirling and dancing around you. Relationships and friendships progress with joy, and you will feel happy and uplifted. If you're not somewhere bright and sunny right now, there will be other ways in which you can enjoy warmth. Enjoy. Solar energy brings health and vitality and can energize and warm, and it also encourages everything to grow. The energy of expansion is with you, and at this time, and you're being offered the perfect opportunity to move forward. If you want to bring something to life or are ready to take a new step in a relationship, the sun will bring the right energy to you. If you're asking a question, the answer is most definitely yes. Yes, 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 yes. And we have um, the shapeshifter, which I'm gonna read. And by the way, guys, whatever resonate with you, we all have like different messages, and you already know like which one connects with you. Which message that is yours and the one that is not. We have the shapeshifter, transform and unveil your gift. Take your time and focus on developing your gifts and strength. In shamanic traditions, a shapeshifter is either an animal that has the capacity to change between species or a shaman who has the capacity to transform into an animal to go journeying. If there is a wild animal you're particularly drawn to or fascinated by, It's probably because you can transform into one in your meditation or journaling practice to go exploring in the other worlds. When you shift into animal form, you can see the world through different eyes and up into the animal survival skills to help yourself through a particular situation. The extended message. You may have been through many challenges and lows, but now you are in a space of transformation. You are moving beyond your past challenges and honoring your current strength. There are opportunities for you to discover and rediscover the gifts and talents that you were born with and born to share. All of your past experiences have only helped you see how strong you really are. You are an amazing soul who can change and transform in ways that people least expect. You have many talents that you will share in your lifetime. You are guided to stay focused on the light, knowing that it will guide you forward. When this card appears, there's also an opportunity for you to tap into the power of your spirit animal. Note if you are seeing a particular animal regularly because its medicine is coming to you. That was a good read, guys. And I have these other cards out, just three actually, about what you need to surrender. Whether you like it or not, we all have like our shadow side, our dark side, or the sides that actually kind of impact us like negatively. And these cards are just for it. So let's go. So first we have surrender your ego. It says to surrender your ego. It says cultivate gratitude, be of service to others, and come from your heart. A big ego can work against you, but humility will further your goals. And it's true. It's really true how much like your ego can work against you. Like it's not going to take you anywhere. I'm not saying don't be proud of yourself. Of course be proud of yourself, but um when you let your shadow side have control over you, it does you no good at all. We have surrender to wonder and awe. Surrender to wonder and awe. It says, open to the magic of every moment and sense the awe and wonder in all of life. This attitude will keep you connected to the ecstasy of flow. And we have surrender low self esteem. It says, you deserve success, love, and abundance. Set an intention to identify and release any remnants of low self esteem. Low self esteem is a stealer of joy, and it kind of also blinds you. It blinds you from seeing your power, to see how much you can do, to see how much you're worth, to actually see that, you know, you're worth a lot and you're powerful and you're capable of doing so much. It's really important that you know that. And that being said, if you've made it this far, reading with me, why not hit the subscribe button? Because I'm always here. I'll always be here to do this. I think I post like twice a week now. I really want to start posting a lot, like reading and posting a lot. And I'm kind of like getting comfortable to do that. And I know I would post like once before. Now I'm doing twice because I just feel good doing it, right? So I really want to start like posting a lot. To be honest, I almost postponed this to Saturday, but then I took a shower and I was like, okay, let's do this. So I'm here doing this, and I really want to thank you guys for being here and reading this with me. I appreciate it. I do not take it for granted at all. So hit the subscribe button and also turn on your post notifications, so whenever it's time to read, you can get notified that hey, it's time to read. um that being said, I'm sending you guys lots of love and light, and I hope that you take care, and I will see you on the next episode, and bye bye now.